Hi guys, welcome back. So the market had been pulling back for more than a week already, and I mean both the US stock exchange and also the Hong Kong index, the Hang Seng index. So I'll update the market a little bit before I address more the questions. For example, regarding to the new potential regulation on the EV sector, news came out recently, and also the news about more crackdown on Baba or Alipay. And we can do a quick update on our top positions. First, take a look at the Russell 2000. The whole time I have been saying that we are consolidating between 218 and 223, and the moment we broke out, we should expect a pullback at some time to backtest and see if the supports can hold again before we climb up further. Because for the past few months, I have emphasized that I see Russell 2000 making an all-time high because it's only consolidation for almost a year now, and it is in the middle of a run-up, so it's a sign of strength. So it had been pulling back for 6 days. When it was climbing up to almost 230, I said if it can backtest the support, it would be a good chance to buy the dip, and it did. And last week on the Discord, I mentioned that again, that the support's at 223, and if the market is not doing well, and at most I think it would be driven down to 221. So today we have got the lowest to 220 and bounced back up straight. So I think this is a good chance to buy the dip when it was backtesting the important support. You see, the lowest point of today just happened to be the lowest point of this day, with the biggest, strongest buy in volume to break out of this resistance of 223. So that would be a good support. So if we don't add in on days like this, then when is it a good time? And for HSI, the Hang Seng index, last week today it dipped quite hard. I pointed out that the Hang Seng index would have an important support of 25700, and I expected that to rebound after that. It was on this day, Thursday, it closed at 25,700. We rebounded the day after, and then today we're backtesting again. In the middle of the day, we dropped below the support, but we closed above it. So that is a good sign of shaking, I think. When we have dropped to the point where we think it's the important bottom, and we had a good rebound after that, and now we are backtesting important support, then I would think it's a good chance to add in the dip. If you didn't, when it dropped to here, when the whole world was very, very fearful. So if you missed the chance at this point, now I think it's giving you a second chance. If we zoom out for the long run, I still think we are at the bottom. Like I said before, I think in the past few months we are at the golden dip. When it was at 27 to 28,000, I expected the Hang Seng index to bottom at 25,000. The lowest we have dropped to 24,500 at this point, and rebounded and had a good strong rebound after that. And I still think we have formed a double bottom in the long run, and right now we are near the moment of truth whether we can make higher highs and higher lows. So if we do get supported here, we might have more reassurance to confirm a double bottom and start to make a higher high and higher lows uptrend, a reversal trend. So again, if we don't add at important support, then when do we? Let's look at another indicator, the KWEB, China Internet ETF. On the way it was running up, I have reminded that the resistance is at 55, the first resistance, and the support would be 49 to 50. So the 55 is at this level, and the 50 is around this level. So you see, KWEB had broken the previous high on this day, and right now we are just consolidating between support and resistance. Hopefully one day we can have a real breakout to confirm more of the reversal. Zoom out in the long run, also forming like a double bottom, showing reversal, and right now backtesting support. So I think 49 to 50 would be a good level to add the dip if you didn't at this point or this point. Today it had reached the lowest of 50.2. Now we take a look at our stocks. First one, Baby Neo. we see the news about China reinforce the consolidation in the saturated EV market because we are simply having too many EV automakers. See, more than 500 NEV assemblers, and the government is worried that the supply gets more and more saturated, and it would result in the waste of investment and effort. So it's like giving out warning/regulation and to show we have a need to consolidate. So how does it affect NIO? My view is that it looks like a bad news, but I think it's a good news. First of all, consolidation means focus on a few important players, and I sure think NIO is one of the important ones. So there's BYD, there's Geely, there's NIO, there's XPeng. These, I think it would be the important players for now for EV in China. And Li Auto, because it fits the need of the hybrid, which still takes up about a fifth of the market. So it has a unique positioning for now in the EV sector. And also, NIO had invested a lot of resources into the brand and the massive infrastructure, the so many swap stations, and the cooperation with the China Petroleum to build more swapping stations. And it had received the investment from the government as well. So I for sure think NIO would be one of the important players included in the end. Not to mention that right now it's the only premium EV in the whole Chinese EV makers. An important point to mention is that the excessive manufacturing capacity. When I saw this, it had helped me reassure my conviction. Because if you have been a frequent follower of my channel, you know that I have mentioned many times the excessive manufacturing capacity of China. And whoever that can solve this problem, make use of the excessive manufacturing capacity, would help the government align with the government strategy and would receive government support. And the fact that NIO is taking more and more market shares from the foreign brands, making use of the Chinese domestic production capacity, because they don't have their own factory, they're using existing manufacturers to kind of help them also pass through the difficulties while some of the car brands are moving out. And also, when there is excessive capacity, it means the manufacturing price would get lower and lower, and that is also good for NIO. Price-wise, I still think that NIO's share price had bottomed in May, and we are just having a pullback from the run-up in June. And I still think that 38 would be an important support. This morning, we have reached the low of 36.6, so that's even better. For EH, very similar, bottom in May, first run up in June, and now having a pullback, looking like another double bottom. The run up last week breaking the previous rebound to have sign of reversal, and now it is back testing the previous consolidation range between 26.3 to 24.8. So I think anywhere between this range would be good to add if you don't have enough position. LKCO was having quite a fearful movement today, but recovered most of the loss by closing. At one point during the day, it was down 7% and recovered most of it and closed with 0.7% drop. I have recently updated the news on LKCO, and now I just update you the support level. First support 1.39 and next support is 1.32. One thing is that the management, possibly the CEO, had agreed to do an interview with me, and I'm very excited for that. So I've been asking in the Discord for questions so I can send it to them within 2 days. And if you also have more questions, you can also leave me more in the comment section and I'll select a few to send to them. And Luckin Coffee, surprise, surprise, it had been our VIX index. Every time the market falls, the Luckin is ignoring the whole market, growing on its own. It had another run up of near 5% after more than a week of running up. Back in early June, I shared my view on Luckin, and I saw Luckin growing to 15 to 20 by summer, which was within 1 to 2 months, which means it's near a double within 1 to 2 months. Now, I usually don't like to give short-term price prediction because it's very easy to be wrong, but I'm very happy and relieved that this time I make the short-term prediction and we had achieved it quite well. And a few weeks ago, when I was asked which stocks to invest, I said for the long run, EV sector is no-brainer, and for the short term, bet on the earning on Luckin because I think the earnings should be coming up soon and should not be bad. It was the end of August 21st. So a few weeks ago when it was consolidating, what's the good price to enter? I said 12.8 is the support, the closer would be better, right? Do you see? Last Monday, it had reached the lowest of 12.9 here. And ever since that, it started to have a strong run up. So that is super short-term prediction. Even on this day, a few days ago, I said it's breaking out, making a new high ever since the fraud event last April. So it was making the new high after that. And even then, I said the momentum is not finished. Might be just the beginning, because even after the strong run-up, after it had been more than double or heading to triple since May, I still think that Luckin is still cheap, is still undervalued. Especially when you compare it to other brands like Starbucks, like Haiti, like 奈雪的茶, or Tim Hortons. A lot of the other public or private companies, you can see how significantly lower valuation Luckin has, while they have a strong brand, strong management team, strong growth potential. If it can do another pullback to around 15.5, it would be another good dip to catch. ZEPP also had a pullback for more than a week. I think it has gotten to be a good price range again if you're interested to buy the dip. Apple just released the Apple Watch to monitor the blood pressure and the other health stats. And I think that ZEPP is this time actually doing it before Apple. Not like usually like other brands just following Apple's steps. And this time they're doing it earlier. So I think it's a good sign. I still like the potential of the company. So that's it for today. Don't forget to leave me the questions you are interested to ask. And if you have enjoyed this video, please give me a big like and write me a great comment. And I'll see you tomorrow. That's it, guys. Hope you can find my videos helpful. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and give me a big like. Thank you.